What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with TJ. Today, I want to focus in on the Boston Bruins Washington Capitals first round series. Obviously, at this point, you have the Washington Capitals being seated in the 7th spot. It's a 2-7 matchup, obviously. Ovechkin still had 38 goals, which is remarkable considering how consistent he was all year. Backstrom was hurt. The goaltending wasn't what they thought it would be, bringing in Vakoun. Vakoun was hurt on and off throughout the season. Bussi Boudreau lost his job in November. Former Capital Dale Hunter took over the head coaching spot. Really reeled them in offensively, made them less fun to watch, a lot less fun to watch. But Washington's still there, and they're 3-1 against the Bruins. The reigning Cup champs. Obviously they don't like Tim Thomas too much in Washington due to his little stunt at the White House. But I'm really curious to see what the situation is going to be. Like I said, Washington's 3-1 against them, and it's funny. I'm looking at in the Claude Julien era, the Bruins haven't played Washington in the playoffs. They've dodged. They haven't seen either Sid or Ovi in the playoffs, which is maybe a blessing. But I think you want to see him come down to Big Z to shut down Ovechkin. Mike Green's been inconsistent all year, so maybe watch that too on the forecheck. But if the Bruins play to the level they're capable of, Thomas plays to the level he's capable of, they'll beat him. I don't look too deep into the regular season win totals for either team. I think obviously it stands out that the Bruins have more losses against Southeast Division teams than any team in the Southeast Division. But I think you got to get the win. I think Lucic is going to have to keep the pressure on the forecheck and the goal scoring department. Marchand and Sagan are going to do that thing with Bergeron. That line I'm not worried about. That's the one line I think is going to really succeed. Is going to really do very well in this series. I think like I said, it's going to come down to Big Z shutting down Ovechkin and his running mates to keep the offense in check. If everyone's healthy, I can't see the Bruins losing this series. I think it's going to be the Bees in 5. I think Washington will definitely get a win, but I think the Bruins have done this before. They're not going to look too deep into what their record against Washington is. I think they're going to come out and just get the win. Just win, baby. And I think, that's what Claude's going to have. Claude's got the experience. This team is more or less the same team that won the Cup last year. A few minor tweaks here and there. But even the guys, they've tweaked. Joe Corval's gone to the finals before. Brian Rolston's won a Stanley Cup. Two of the bigger changes. So, we'll see how it shakes up. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. I think they're going to, this is the first step to the Bruins repeating, this champs. If they wish to repeat, they're going to go through a tough Washington Capitals team that'll, throw everything in the kitchen sink at them. But I think the Bruins are a poised enough team that can beat this, that can dispatch the Capitals. I think that the Washington, I don't want to say they play too much individual hockey, where the Bruins are more of a team, but yeah, they do. The Bruins are a great team in comparison to this Washington squad that's more, individually based, than anything else. So, like I said, I think it's going to be a great 5-game series for us Bruins fans that got to send Ovi and the boys home early. I think more changes in Washington. I don't think Dale Hunter's the best coach for this job. I think they need a coach that can keep them in check defensively, but can also allow Ovechkin and company to do their thing offensively. And I think this series is going to be a proven point for that. He's reeled them in too much defensively. 38 goals is a great season, but Ovechkin should be a 60-goal guy. He's got the skill, and he's done it before. I don't think Ovechkin should be having non-50-goal seasons. Just doesn't flow with what he's capable of. I think they're going to need him to contribute at the highest level, and at the same time be able to play defensive hockey, which is something they have not been able to do. And I think this is going to be the end of the line for the Hunter era in Washington. Hopefully for Ovechkin and his teammates' sake, they bring in a new coach that can really play to their strength on a consistent basis. That's it for this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Boston Bruins Washington Capitals first round series of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season. Later, guys, and playoffs. Excuse me.